Good morning, everybody. GC Kane here. First of all, I would like to wish you happy holidays, very happy New Year, and Merry Christmas. And I hope you guys are in pink of health and spirits. Before we continue with the video, we can look for my scorecard. I have had like drops on a par 4. I have had a hole in one, close call for an albatross, and a close miss on hole 9. Hole 9 was basically my fault because I mishit the second shot. So considering all this, I guess minus 15 or lower score is possible. I'll be showing you multiple shots across various holes, so you can have different approaches or choose the approach whichever approach makes you comfortable. And keep that in mind, these shots are only my shots, and I have tested the shots like multiple times. And like many of you who like to claim and who like to call out content creators or other streamers for copying shots of somebody else, uh, I I make my notes here. Like for every tournament, I create a spreadsheet like this, and then I check for the base elevation of what was on the previous tournament on the corresponding course or a hole, and then I modify my shots. I try different spins and different elevations, and then come up with my shots. So before you go out and point a finger at somebody else that the shot has been copied, make sure that you do check out the complete shot at the first place. And then maybe if the shot works out for you, then it's good, and if it does not, then you may refer, like I always ask you, always check out 2-3 content creators before playing your round. So keeping that in mind, now we got promoted to expert tier 3 as I won a gold in last tournament. I won gold in this Christmas Down Under, so we were expert tier 3. Minus 14 for expert tier 3 is not good, not bad, but it is still makeable for the weekend round. So let's start with hole number 1. I have all the shots here so that it saves us time. I'm going to show you my opponent's play. I'm going to show you my approaches, what worked out for me, what can potentially work out for you. So we will look at 2 drives with high level clubs, maybe epoch 7, epoch 8. So this was my first opponent. He's playing with Apocalypse 7 and a Berserker ball. And you can just have a look at his placement, his spins, and everything, and try to replicate the shot if you find this interesting. If not, I also have a slice approach, but my slice was with an Apocalypse level 4. So I had like less 6 yards of power, and I was in the bunker. That's max right call on epoch 5 full OP and a perfect hit. Now, if you have something like a gator ball or a side spin 3 ball along with wind 1 power 5, maybe you can use 3 bars of right side spin on that shot. Let's have a look at it once again. Again, epoch 7 with a Berserker ball. Let me block you, Vincent. Give me 1 second. Okay, you are blocked. Thank you so much for joining in, Vincent. Hopefully never see you again. Now, again, epoch 7, max cross spin, 8 bars, 2 bars of right side spin, max right curl, and we try to hit perfect. Now he's in the rough, but he's at least close to the pin. You see right there. So if you have an off-roader, if you have a Nirvana, you can use the 10% wind rule and try to hit perfect, and you will drop it for the eagle. So that's one of the shots by my opponent. Second shot was very similar by my opponent. He also used epoch 7 and he was also in the rough. So I don't see any point in sharing that shot as well. So let's directly jump on to my shot, which was a power hook. Sorry, a power slice. This one I'm playing with Apocalypse level 4 and a Bloodsucker ball, which is a power 5 and 0 ball at max stretch position. I'll show you now. Full toss spin, no side spin. See, at max stretch position. No, not here. At max stretch position for Apocalypse level 4, which is a 234-yard driver, I have, sorry, where is it? I have half of the blue ring inside the rough. So once you have that position, you make it back to rest, bring it back to rest. Max OP, max right curl, a power slice. Now, for this power slice, you need wind minimum 12 miles per hour. If you have somewhere between like 11 or something, then you might directly clip the rough and then you will have to play with a thorn or long iron at minimum distance range. So keep that in mind. So these are two drives. Even though I was in bunker, I was still able to drop the eagle, which we will see now. See, we were in the bunker. I will use some side spin and some top spin and try to have my ball guard line going to the hole. See right there, and 14 miles per hour. I adjusted one ring. Center the ball, hit perfect. And it dropped in for an eagle. So the preferred balls will be power 5, wind 1 with side spin 3. If you have those, use all the 3 bars of right side spin and go with my opponent's approach instead, because that might leave you on the fairway and you will have an easy chip for the eagle. And don't worry about the timestamps, because this walkthrough might be a little long, maybe like 45 minutes to an hour. I will still have the timestamps in the comment section mentioned, so you can easily navigate between different holes or jump across different hole very easily. Hole 2, part 3. I got a hole in one on this hole. However, I do not have a firm elevation on this because I also dropped it with P2 numbers. I also dropped it with P3 numbers. I added, subtracted decimal places. I still dropped it. So whatever works best for you, you can go with that. At minimum distance line with a katana ball and using a quarterback, you can play with quarterback level like 6 plus. I adjusted minimum distance plus 0, so min plus 0. In this shot, I played power 3 ball numbers. So P3 plus 0, P3 min 0. Take a bounce, and we drop right at pin for the hole in one. Let's have a quick look at it again. .3 backspin, keeping the ball gut line going through the hole. Power 3 ball numbers, minimum distance, and 0 elevation. P3 min plus 0. And also do not forget, I dropped it with P2 numbers, I dropped it with P3 numbers. I also tried to switch the decimals and I was still able to drop it. So use maybe a couple of practice tokens and try to figure out which elevation or which power ball numbers are working the best for you and go with that. Try to have a straight pull. Center the ball and hit perfect. Nice rough bump. Right at pin for a sweet hole in one. So that was hole 2. Hole 3, we have a kind of very difficult wind here. So what I'm doing here is playing an NMT drive using 6 toss spin and 3 right spin. You can play with the Kingmaker, but in order to have a lower wind, I'm going with the King Slayer ball. Adjustment is max plus 10%. GCJ, Masters I haven't played yet. This is exclusively for expert. Masters I'll be playing like maybe in the evening once I'm back from work, so sorry about that. So NMT, 6 toss spin, 3 right spin, and use the appropriate OP. I use here the bottom inner wall OP, so that is like 1 to 2 rings OP. Target yardage is somewhere between 360 to 365 yards. (362). Now from 362, the second shot I played is 94% slider at 5% elevation. We'll have a look at this, and very important to keep the ball guideline going through the hole because we are having a cross headwind. See here we have a cross headwind. So from +3, I guess I went to +3 if I'm not wrong. Yes, at +3 yard mark, 2 left spin, 2 back spin. Ball guideline going about 2 to 2.5 green square through the hole, like right there. You see. Again, +3 I played 94% slider and 5% elevation. Maybe I was a little off and I should have played it max numbers instead because there was only a difference of 0.1 decimal places and I did miss exactly by like 0.1. So +2 maybe 92, 93% slider, and anything +3 or more may play it max numbers. That's my recommendation. You can check by yourself. You see we missed by like 0.1. So if I played that max numbers, I would have dropped it for the albatross. That is hole 3. Hole 4, we have ascended tailwind. I'm going to show you a very easy drive which can be played with Epoch 4 plus. You can also play with Epoch 3, however you have like 9 yards less power, so keep that in mind. Now I will give you a very good reference point here. You need to have your target here. I was trying to pull my target near the shadow of the tree. You see, this is the shadow of the tree and my target is here. So that should be your reference point. With any level epoch, you keep your target there and then you apply spins. Any spin above 11 miles per hour will be 1 top spin and 2 right spin. Any spins for 10 miles per hour would be 1.2 to 1.3 and 2 right spin. Max right curl and a power slice. If you get lucky, you might directly have a hole in one as well. But it's a very easy eagle putt. We will quickly watch it again. Eagles, thank you so much for the good luck, sir. The target near the shadow of the tree, right there. 10.6 miles per hour. I use 2 right spin and 1.2 to 1.3 top spin. Max right curl, max OP, a power slice. We clip the rough and a very easy putt for the eagle. That was hole 4. Let's jump on to hole number 5 now. Now hole 5 par 5, you can go on the right side and try to attempt the albatross. However, if you pull the rings at a wrong if you pull the rings at a wrong angle, then you might be in the bunker or in the rough. So playing safe in the qualifying round, going on the left side, elevation max plus 0, so sorry, adjustment max plus 0, so that is 0 elevation, 6 toss spin, and 1 bar of right side spin. You don't need to use any right side spin. You can just go with the toss spin because you will see on the third bounce I will clip the rough, which I don't really, which I was not like uh, wanting to like clip the rough because I wanted to gain somewhere between 380 to 390 yards, but that right spin made me clip the rough. So use only 6 toss spin and max plus 0, and you will be somewhere between 380 to 390 yards. Now, even if you go like short on the drive, like I did, 360 yards, you can easily reach the green for an eagle. That's not a problem at all. You see, even at the max distance club of the sniper, you just need to apply some toss spin and some left spin, keeping the ball guideline, short of the pin there. I'm using about like 5 toss spin and half a bar of left spin. Adjustment I played here max plus 15%. If you go longer on the drive, around like 380, 390, then you will play 15% at slider. However, you will see that even after hitting perfect and having a 15% over adjustment, we will miss this one about 2 green squares to the left. So maybe try with 25% as well, and like use a practice token, try with 25%, and you might have a good chance for the albatross. Because hole 3 and hole 5, they are the only holes where you have a very good chance for the albatross. Hole 9 is basically save the eagle because it's a very long par 5. It's not difficult to score the eagle, but reaching the green in 2 is very difficult. So keep that in mind for hole 9. JD Bikaner, how are you, sir? Hole 6 par 3. I'm going to show you two approaches, one safe approach for an easy birdie, and maybe a close look at the hole in one as well. 3 left spin and about 1.2 to 1.5 backspin. Visualize your ball guideline going to the hole. In this case, I kept like going on the left side of the pin. Adjustment for this shot is medium distance plus 20%. Center the ball, no need of any curl, any OP, just try to hit perfect. Now, as the ball guideline was a little left of the pin, we miss it to the left. So this is only a safe approach. It's not a hole-in-one approach. And we have a cross headwind, so judging the elevations and spins can be a little difficult, but it can be dialed in. But I did not want to waste my time so much on a difficult win, especially in a qualifying round. And if you want to have a look at the hole in one, the rough bump approach, I have an approach played by my opponent. He's using a navigator ball along with the sniper. At first, I was really enticed because he was going to use the hammerhead, then he switched to sniper. So, if you want to go for a rough bump, I'm not sure. I mean, it can play somewhere between 20 to 30%. So, just be aware of that. Don't lose the birdie for chasing a hole in one on this difficult win. And you can maybe try to replicate my opponent's shot if you are really fancying the hole in one. He did it perfect, but he was way short, like 2 green squares short. So 2 shots there again on hole 6. Your call, whichever way you want to play in the qualifying round. Hole 7 par 4, here I scored an eagle. I'll show you the drive and I will also show you the second shot. For the drive, I have my target in center of the 2 bushes there. 6 top spin, 2 right spin on my extra mile level 8. See here, I keep my target in between the two bushes, right here. Once you place your target, you bring it back to the relaxed position. You adjust for max plus 10 power 5 ball numbers since we are playing with a power 5 ball. And if you want to push up any appropriate yards, you can. I was supposed to push 4 yards, however, I pushed 6 yards, 6 to 7 yards just to gain more distance. You don't have to do that. Max OP, try to hit perfect. Perfect ball, and you can expect your drive yardage somewhere between 435 to 440 yards. 435. And from here, you can play a very safe shot like the EB school shot for the eagle, which can be a spin shot, it can be a no spin shot. I just modified it with the rapier level 7. I use max toss spin and right spin, keeping the ball guard line going on the center right of the hole since we have a wind push from right to left. You see, I do check for the EB school method, and it's a modified method. I mean, it's not like um, a thumb rule or something, but it works for me every single time I play with the rapier, so it is that is. EB rule is usually 20% elevation at slider. I played this one, I guess, 25% slider with 20% elevation. Center the ball hit perfect. So 25% slider was a little extra, but we still drop it for the eagle. So make sure of the drive. Keep your target in between the two bushes, the two pink bushes, and push up any appropriate yardage depending upon the power on your driver. If you're playing with Epoch 4, it will be 6 yards. Extra mile 8 would be 4 yards. Extra mile 9 would be 2 yards. Epoch 5 plus, you don't need to push up anything because you will be at 240 yards. Now, hole 8, part 3. I dropped a hole in one on this hole. Now, here we are going to do a ball swap. We are going to enter the hole with a quarterback and a navigator ball at the minimum distance line of quarterback with the yellow ring touching the rough on the left. One right spin, one back spin. Then you will switch the ball from navigator to a kingmaker or a kingslayer. We need a wind a wind below 8.2 miles per hour, so choose the ball appropriately. Kingmaker, I played with a kingmaker and dropped the hole in one. If you need kingslayer, you can go with that. Any power 3, wind 3 plus ball is needed. Power 3, side spin 1 plus and wind 3 plus. Once you switch the ball, you will automatically come into the guardian range, which would be guardian level 6 above, 6 plus. So let's have a look at the shot first. Just neglect the ball here. I am entering with a quarterback. It doesn't show, but I set my club with the quarterback here. In the replay, it doesn't show. And this ball is not a kingmaker, it's a navigator ball. Now I make the switch from navigator to kingmaker, which will directly bring us to the guardian range. From here, we will adjust for maximum distance plus 5% power 3 ball numbers. Max plus 5. Center the ball, hit perfect. Take a nice rough bump. Dead center at the pin for a sweet hole in one. So once again, doing a recap of hole 8. We have somebody, ABZ, thank you so much for the good luck. No problem, you have a wonderful vacation and hopefully everybody's safe. Giving a recap on hole 8, you will enter with a quarterback and a navigator ball at the minimum distance line with the yellow ring touching the rough. Then you will apply one backspin, one right spin. Once you have done this setup, the ball guideline will be like through the hole, so keep that in mind. Once you're done with the setup, you will switch to a king maker or a king slayer ball. We need a wind below 8.2 miles per hour. As soon as you switch from a navigator to a kingmaker, you will come into the guardian range. That's what we exactly want. And from there, you will be adjusting for max plus 5%, power 3 ball numbers, and just try to hit perfect. You hit perfect, and it will drop for the hole in one. Hole 9 par 5. Here we have a crosswind. It's not a difficult wind. You can play this one with extra mile level 9, Thor's hammer 6 plus. You can play epoch 5 plus, and make sure for the second shot you have a power wood club, either the cataclysm or the big dog. For the replay, I have the sniper here. The sniper also worked well from a drive of 416 yards, so do not worry about that. Full top spin, one right spin on my Thor's hammer level 6. Keeping the ball guide light centered. The drive is adjusted for max plus 5%. Inner wall right curl max OP. We try to hit perfect. A perfect ball. Drive, like I said, 416 yards. Now, I'm not approaching this hole for an albatross. If there is an outside chance for it, I'm not aware of it. I haven't played it. I always play it for a safe eagle. So, at least in the qualifying round, be smart, play it for a safe eagle. Now, here you can see even with the sniper, I'm like easily able to reach the green in two. That's not a problem. But to be more safer, you can play with a power wood club. You don't have to, but it's a high recommendation from my side. Second shot is max plus 0 with the sniper. You adjust inner wall right curl and you try to hit perfect. Now, for the putt, you want to be in a good range. You don't want to be on a very far end for the putt. Now, if you apply more right curl, you can take an uneven bounce on the green, which can put you in the rough or the bunker, which is even worse. Now, there is also a funnel at the back. You can use the backspin, try to catch that funnel towards the pin. But I would say just play it safe. Try to have your ball guideline centered on the fairway. Use some appropriate amount of right curl. In my case, it was inner wall right curl. Adjustment max plus 0. Try to hit perfect and get on the green for a very safe putt. So this was the complete walkthrough. I can show you my scorecard here. Only hole 9 was a botch from me on the second shot because I hit a terrible great left and I was in the rough. So considering hole 9, minus 15 or lower is easily possible. Hole 1 can be dropped if you have the big daddy clubs. Hole 3 albatross is a possibility as well. So I do see minus 15 or 16 at least in expert tier 3. I myself hit minus 14. Like an average score to get through the qualifying round, but still we'll be making it to the weekend, so that counts and all. Make sure you watch and listen to what I say like very carefully, because even like little on and off and you can maybe go in the bunker. Like all these shots are based on perfect hits. I might have got away on a few shots with a great shot, great left, great right, so keep that in mind. And if I get like a free schedule on Saturday, I will also do the weekend round walkthrough as well. So this is the expert walkthrough, and do not worry, I will have the timestamps mentioned in the comment section briefly in like 30 minutes, so you can navigate between different holes. Let me know what you feel of the walkthrough. Please share your comments in the comment section of the video. The video will be available on demand, and I wish you guys best of luck on your qualifying rounds. And you guys have a happy new year, and I will see you guys soon. Take care and bye bye.